What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be showing you guys how to cut and sew this designer pocket on a senator, step by step as always. Just in case you want to know how to cut this placket, it's an inner placket and I already showed you guys how to do this in a previous video, so a link will be in the description below so you guys can do it and check it out. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video, and don't forget to click on the like button. And whenever you click on the like button, something is going to pop up like this. You guys can see that, so make sure you click on the like button and let's get straight into the video and do this together step by step. You're going to love it. So here is the fabric we're going to be using for the design, as you guys can see right here. So I measured this. The height of this is going to be 15 inches and the wideness is going to be 8 inches, as you guys can see right here. So I want you guys, the total wideness of the pocket itself is going to be 5 inches. So I want you guys to pay good attention to what I'm about to do here. Right here on the main fabric, like in the front side in the right side of the fabric, this way I'll be taking the pleats for the design on the pocket itself. I'll be taking like 4 pleats at that front side, and the pocket itself, its height is going to be 5 inches. So the pleats that you're going to be taking must not be more than 5 inches. And the fabric that will be carrying the hook, which is the metal that will be down, is just going to be a total of 1 inch. So I want you guys to pay attention here. The very first thing I will be doing now is to fold the hem of the pocket. So I'll simply fold the hem of the pocket. It's going to be like 1 inch is okay for the fold, and I'm going to iron it down. Just take your time, make sure everything you're doing is straight. I'm just going to iron it down, and make sure you like the video so far. If you're still watching, make sure you hit on the like button. Just iron it and make sure it is straight. So the reason for folding that edge is so that we can be able to like follow up with the height of the pocket and the pleats in which you want to take. So here the very first thing I'll be taking will be the pleat. Starting from that end part, I'll be taking just a tiny pleat at that place. Now the pleats that we are taking does not have to be full pleats. It does not have to like reach the hem, like the edge of the other side of the pocket, and it doesn't have to be a straight anything, just a rough pleat, just a basic design that we're doing. It doesn't have to be full. So I'll be taking another one. You can see that. Just iron it and make sure all we just need is just the lines. We just need those lines so that when we're stitching it, we can simply follow up with the lines. You guys can see that. I'm going to take another one here. And I'll simply iron it. You can see that. So now so far we have 3. We have 3. So I'll take another one which will make it a total of 4. 4 is okay for me. Those things, it doesn't have to be of the same size. You can see some is longer while some is shorter. It doesn't have to be the same size. So after doing that, I'll be doing another one which is going to overlap that other one. It doesn't have to be straight. I'm just going to iron that one also. You can see that. You can see what we have in the front. So I'll take another one. Iron that also. You can see that. And I'm just going to take another one. You can see the second one I did now is longer than the first one. So that is very important. It doesn't have to be of the same size or the same length. So iron that also. So this is what we are going to have. So now all I'm going to do now is take this to the sewing machine and just follow up all the line that I make with the iron and just stitch all of them one after the other. So let me stitch this one and show you guys. I don't have to stitch it all the way to the end. I'll just show you guys what the first one is going to look like so we can do the second one. So here I already stitched this one. You can see what we have. Just a very tiny stitch and it ended at that part. You can see. So I'll take this one also to the sewing machine and I'll stitch it. The stitch has to be at the tip of the fabric itself. It doesn't have to be like up to like a quarter of an inch, just at the tip of those edges of our ironing. We are going to do it. Also the one that crossed, you're going to stitch them all the way down. So this is the result we're going to have. You can see what those sides look like. Even if it doesn't look balanced, just chill and just pay good attention to what we're doing here. It's just this design. You can see that. So I'm just going to cut out this excess thread, and I'm going to iron the back side. So after ironing it, we're going to use our interfacing to cut out our main pocket and the length design. So let me just iron this. You can see that. You can see what we're having in the front. You can see that. So I'm going to cut the interfacing now. So this is what I'll be using for my interfacing. It's just a medium interfacing. It's not too soft, neither is it too hard. Just a medium interfacing, as you guys can see. So now I'll be cutting the main wideness of the pocket, which is going to be 5 inches. You can see that. I'll simply cut it out. 5 inches. So now after the pocket is going to be 5 inches by 5 inches, right? Now depending on the height in which you want to do the fabric that will carry the metal part, which will carry the hook area. So depending on the length you want to do it, so I'll just cut this at a total of 12 inches. The height is 12 inches and the wideness is 5 inches. So the main pocket is going to be 5 inches itself. So now depending on the length in which you want to add for the pieces that will be carrying the metal, as you guys can see. So I'm going to fold this together now. Just make sure it's aligned very well. And I'll simply measure my main pocket height, which is 5 inches, and I will cut it. Depending, you can use your pen, or if you have like a pen and a ruler, you can use it to cut this one so that it's going to be straight. But because I know exactly what I want to do, I can simply use a freehand cutting. So I want to cut 1 inch at this side. The wideness of that fabric that will carry the hook down must not be more than 1 inch, so that it will be able to like enter inside of the metal pieces. You can see that. So at the edge, I'm going to cut the edge also, so that the hem of the pocket is going to look curved. It's going to be curved. You can see that. I'll just cut it. And I'm just going to trim this side also, so that it has to be straight. So far this is what we're going to have. You can see that. And after that, I'm going to simply iron it on the main pocket itself. Just place it on the pocket. Place it on the pocket and give it a good ironing. You can see that. So this is what we're going to have after ironing it. You can see that. So when you look at the front, this is what the front is going to look like. So all we have to do now is to simply fold all the fabric on top of the interfacing, so that we can have our pockets looking sharp. So I'm going to iron this part very well and put an hemming gum under it. You can see that. So after putting an hemming gum, I'll be able to like trim out all of the edges of the excess fabric. You can see I'll just trim out all the excess fabric. You can see that this is what we're going to have. You can see what we're having in the front. You can see that our pocket is now looking like the designing which we want. So you guys are getting that. So I'll just put an hemming gum at this hem area on this front. So far, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you smash the like button. It is very important, so that other people will be able to see it. You can see. So here it's very important. I'm going to make a notch at this edge. It is very important, just a tiny notch. You can see that. At this place also, I'm going to make a notch. Just going to make 2 notches at those edges. You can see. So after making the notch, all I have to do now is to fold all of the pieces all the way around. Just fold them around and give it a good ironing and make sure they're relaxed. So this is what the folding is going to look like. You can see that. So I'm going to do the second one so that you guys can see it. So I'll simply fold this edge. So after folding each of the edges, I'll be adding an hemming gum to it so that they're going to like stay put. You can see that. You can see that. You can see that. Just take your time to give it a good ironing. So when I turn it to the front, you can see what we are having. You can see that our pocket is almost ready. You can see. So I'll just cut the hemming gum. I'll be placing the hemming gum at those corner sides. So all I have to do is just to cut it into 2 pieces. I'll have to cut the hemming gum into 2 pieces. You can see that. So after cutting it into 2 pieces, I'll simply place it at those sides. So just cut the length in which you're going to be using for the gum and just place it. So this is what we're going to have. You can see how tight those sides are, and you can see our pocket looking like this. You can see what we're having. Just cut out, remove all the excess thread. So this, after this, the next thing we are going to do now is to put our hook. Just that's where our hook is going to be, but at those edges is where I'm going to align all of the ring before we will be stitching it to the fabric. So the next thing we are going to do now is to, this is the hook we're going to be using. You can see this. So we're just going to place it in just inside of the hem like this. You can see that. Make sure it is straight. You can see that. But first and foremost, I will have to be putting the pins, the rings, sorry. So each of the rings are going to be like that all the way to the down part. You can see what I'm doing. You can see that. All the way to the down part. So all I have to do now is just to make a punch and just press the ring. In case you haven't seen the video of how I did this, I'll also put a link in the description below, or you can just check the video galleries. There's a video in which I did on how to insert a ring and how to apply all of this thing. And even though in case you want to buy all of this, I put a link in those videos. Just check the video gallery. You're going to see everything about making this ring, inserting it and stuff like that. So after punching each of the ring, you can see I just punch a hole at this side. I'm just going to put the ring inside of it. I already make an in-depth video on how to do this previously, so go and check that video and you can simply come here and look at this. But just in case, I'll just place it inside of this, and I'm going to take the ring puncher. You can see I'll just place the smooth part on the smooth part of the ring, just like this. Place this here and simply press it. You can see what we are having. That's what it's going to look like. So I'm just going to punch it all the way around down, then we're going to stitch it to our pocket. So far, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you smash the like button. It is very important. Smash the like button and let's continue with with what we're doing, our design. All right, so this is what you're going to be having. You can see what we are having here. All I just have to do is just to give it a good ironing. and simply attach it to our bodice. You can see this. So this is our fabric already. I'm done with the bodice already. So this is our bodice. I will just be stitching it to the place in which I want it to be. So I'm just going to align the pockets to the chest and simply stitch it. So that is about it. So let me stitch that and show you guys the result. So here is the final result. All you have to do is just to give it a good ironing, make sure it is smooth and make sure it is sleek. In case you want to see the video in which I did this placket, you can see the placket right there. I already made a video on how to do it. It's called an inner placket. So I made a complete video on cutting and sewing that. The link will be in the description below, or you can also check the video gallery to get access to that video. There are lots of videos that I've done. So make sure you smash the like button, and whenever you smash the like button, something is definitely going to pop up. So that's about it on this video, and do have a lovely day and do enjoy yourself.